It's 2 a.m. The essay is due in 6 hours, and the page is entirely blank. You open an AI text generator, type in a prompt, watch the paragraphs materialize in seconds, and copy-paste the whole thing. Without reading a single word, you hit submit. Relief washes over you until the next morning. You get an email from your professor with the subject line, plagiarism detected. Or worse, you slide into your seat for the final exam a few weeks later, stare at the test, and realize your mind is completely blank. You never actually learned the material. Educational tools are always evolving. When classrooms transitioned from chalkboards to printed books, the way students absorbed information shifted, but the core mechanic of learning, reading, processing, and understanding remained intact. Decades later, the internet provided access to global knowledge from a desktop computer.
Search engines changed how we found information, but you still had to read the articles, synthesize the arguments, and write the papers yourself. AI is different. It doesn't just deliver search results. It writes the essay, solves the equation, and generates the code. It produces human-like text that simulates actual creation. That introduces a massive temptation to outsource your intellectual effort entirely. Research in educational psychology shows that deep learning requires active engagement and the struggle of problem-solving. When you let AI handle the drafting and reasoning, you trade that cognitive growth for a finished document. Over time, this passive reliance prevents you from building the independent competence required for real-world mastery. There is a way to manage this shift without sacrificing your potential. The ebook Ethical Use of AI for Students provides specific strategies for using these tools to expand your understanding rather than replace it. The first step is recognizing what AI actually is. Large language models do not know facts. They predict sequences of words based on statistical probabilities. This leads to AI hallucinations, moments where the system confidently generates fabricated citations, fake statistics, or entirely false historical events. If you blindly trust a machine's output and submit a hallucinated academic paper, the algorithm doesn't take the fall. You do. The responsibility for accuracy, fact-checking, and academic integrity rests squarely on your shoulders. Then there is the hidden issue of your digital footprint. Every prompt you type, every draft you upload, and every piece of sensitive research data you feed into an AI tool is processed by a corporate system. It becomes part of an active data collection network. Without the specific AI literacy strategies taught in the ebook, a lack of critical evaluation and data awareness turns a capable student into an academic and privacy liability. The guide introduces a clear analogy. Treat AI like a calculator for language and reasoning. A calculator performs arithmetic instantly, but you still need to understand mathematical principles to know which numbers to punch in. This brings us to the danger of delegating. Delegating is when you ask an AI to write an entire response from scratch. You bypass the learning process completely, submitting work that misrepresents your actual abilities. The ethical alternative is drafting. Drafting means you brainstorm the core ideas yourself. You write the outline. Then you use AI to suggest structural improvements or clarify difficult concepts, retaining total creative control over the final product. To guarantee you've actually learned, the ebook introduces the originality check. It's a simple test. If you cannot articulate, defend, or explain your submitted assignment without looking at the AI's output, you have failed to learn the material. Adopting this ethical discipline ensures that technology amplifies your personal output, while your independent reasoning remains the core of the work. This discipline dictates your future career. Employers will not pay you to generate automated answers. They can already do that for free. They will hire people who possess the critical thinking, emotional intelligence, and complex ethical judgment that algorithms lack. A student who spends 4 years offloading their brain to a machine will enter the workforce entirely unequipped. But the student who masters ethical AI collaboration, who uses these tools to sharpen their own reasoning, builds a genuinely future-proof career. The concepts and ethical use of AI for students provide a defensive layer for your academic record and your long-term professional value. Stop risking your academic record and your professional future. Go to the description box or the pinned comment right now and click the link to download the ebook. The future belongs to those who can collaborate with intelligent systems while retaining their own intelligence, creativity, and moral judgment.